Chapter 1. The Shame of the Royal House. Princess Illyria of the Vathiri Dominion stood before the High Council, her silver skin glowing faintly under the dimmed lights of the throne room. The air was thick with the scent of ionized metal and the murmurs of the assembled nobles. Her 4 delicate hands trembled as she clenched them into fists, her elongated violet eyes fixed on the floor. "Princess Illyria Vathiri," intoned Grand Elder Zoreth, his voice reverberating through the chamber. "The medical conclave has confirmed it. Your genetic line is incompatible with continuation. You are declared infertile." The word struck her like a plasma blast. Infertile. A death sentence for any royal heir. The Vathiri Empire prized genetic purity above all else, and a princess who could not bear children was worse than useless. She was a blight upon the dynasty. Her mother, the Empress, turned her face away. Her father, the Emperor, remained silent. "You will be stripped of your titles," Zoreth continued, his voice devoid of mercy. "You may remain in the palace, but you will no longer be recognized as heir. The next fertile royal will ascend in your stead." Illyria's hearts pounded in tandem. She had spent her life studying diplomacy, warfare, and governance, only for it all to mean nothing. That night, in the solitude of her chambers, she made a decision. If her own people had discarded her, she would find a new purpose. She stole a royal shuttle and fled to the one place the Vathiri never ventured, Earth. Chapter 2. The Unexpected Human. Earth was loud. Illyria had read about humans, their primitive technology, their chaotic societies, but nothing prepared her for the overwhelming sensory assault of their cities. The air was thick with pollution, the streets teemed with beings of all shapes and colors, and the constant hum of machines was deafening. She disguised herself as best she could, draping a hood over her distinctive silver hair and wearing gloves to hide her extra fingers. But she knew she couldn't stay hidden forever. Then he found her. Dr. Daniel Carter was a xenobiologist, one of the few humans who studied alien life. He had been tracking unexplained energy signatures since her ship entered the atmosphere, and when he finally cornered her in an alley behind a run-down diner, she expected hostility. Instead, he lowered his scanner and whispered, "You're Vathiri, aren't you?" Illyria tensed, ready to fight. But Daniel didn't call the authorities. He didn't pull a weapon. He just smiled. "You're not what I expected," he admitted. "But you look like you need help." She hesitated. Trusting a human went against every instinct. But what other choice did she have? Chapter 3. A Forbidden Discovery. Daniel took her to his lab, a cluttered, dimly lit facility on the outskirts of the city. He offered her food, strange but edible, shelter, a cramped cot beside his workstation, and most surprisingly answers. "You're not infertile," he said one night, staring at her genetic scans in disbelief. Illyria froze. "What?" "Your people's diagnostics are based on Vathiri genetic markers," he explained, tapping the holographic display. "But your DNA isn't flawed, it's evolving. Your body isn't rejecting reproduction, it's adapting to something new." She stared at him. "That's impossible." "Not impossible. Just rare." He hesitated. "Illyria, I think your body is preparing to bond with non-Vathiri DNA." Her breath caught. "You mean?" Daniel met her gaze. "I mean you might not be able to conceive with another Vathiri, but with another species. It's possible." A spark of hope ignited in her chest. But it came with a terrifying implication. If she was right, then the High Council had condemned her for no reason. And if she could prove it, she could reclaim her future. Chapter 4. The Return. Weeks passed. Daniel helped her refine her theory, cross-referencing Vathari medical texts with human genetic research. The evidence was undeniable. Her body was capable of reproduction, just not in the way her people demanded. But Illyria knew the truth wouldn't be enough. The High Council would never accept a half-breed heir. Daniel, she said one evening, her voice steady. I have to go back. He stiffened. They'll kill you. Not if I return with proof that I can produce an heir. She took his hand. Not if I return with you. His eyes widened. You're asking me to? Yes. The silence between them stretched. Then slowly Daniel nodded. All right, he whispered. Let's show them what we're made of. Chapter 5. The Reckoning. The Vathari fleet surrounded them the moment they re-entered Dominion space. Illyria's stolen ship was boarded, and she and Daniel were dragged before the High Council once more. The Empress's eyes burned with fury. You dare return after your betrayal? Illyria stood tall. I dare return with the truth. She gestured to Daniel. This human has proven what your scientists failed to see. I am not infertile. My genetics have adapted to ensure the survival of our bloodline. Through him. The chamber erupted in outrage. Blasphemy! Zorith roared. Let them test me, Daniel challenged, stepping forward. Scan my DNA against hers. You'll see the compatibility yourselves. The Empress hesitated. Then, with a sharp gesture, she ordered the medical drones forward. The room fell silent as the machines worked. Single chime. Genetic match confirmed. Viable offspring possible. The council stared in stunned silence. Illyria smiled. The game had just begun. Epilogue. A new dynasty. Months later, Illyria stood on the palace balcony, her hand resting on her swollen abdomen. The first hybrid heir of the Vathari Dominion grew within her, a child of two worlds. Daniel stood beside her, his fingers entwined with hers. They still hate me, you know. She laughed softly. They'll learn. The wind carried the scent of alien blossoms as the twin suns set over the capital. For the first time in her life, Illyria felt hope. And it had all started with an unexpected human.